What's up,
What
guys?
up, what up?
How's it going? So today we're just gonna tell a few stories about alcohol.
Our favorite things in the whole entire world.
I guess a good place to start out would be like, Cass, what would be one of your like funnier, like first, not first drinking stories, but like early on stories?
I'm gonna expose myself here. But you know what? Fuck it. Here we go. So, definitely not my first time drinking.
Mm.
You probably looked like it by the next morning. But either way. So, this was summer going into my senior year of high school. And sidebar, when I was in high school, I definitely had to always like watch when I would drink because we were always in basketball. We were always in season. You don't fucking get caught with Becker. Absolutely fucking not. And everyone on the basketball team who's listening to this understands what I say when I say that. So you always kind of have to watch when you drink, who you drink with, that kind of thing. So summer going to senior year, we were at one of our friends' houses. And at the time, I was actually talking, dating, whatever you want to call it, to one of Evan's good friends at the time. For the sake of the podcast, we will call him
Jason.
Jason?
Jason.
Sure, Jason.
Okay.
So I am talking to Jason, and Cassidy gets really, 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 really fucked up because that's just what you do in high school. You take shots of horrible vodka.
The worst, I mean, like McCormick's, like the worst vodka. Or like the blue raspberry
Svedka, blue
Svedka.
raspberry. UV blue.
It's so bad. Dude, UV blue is a go-to. Oh my gosh.
Dude, that like makes me want to gag right
People
now.
used to like put UV blue in Gatorade bottles and just carry it around and drink it straight. I was like, you're a psychopath. Like you are a psychopath.
Like we all like sit around the counter, we like take shots, and then we like chase over the sink with like Mountain Dew and
Yeah.
like, shit show. Okay, anyways, so Cassie is
funny.
really, 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 really fucked up. Okay, this is before I learned how to handle my alcohol, and also pre-alcoholism. So I am actually in the toilet of my friend's bathroom on the floor. This kid Jason that I'm talking to at
Can we just pause for a second and show the imagery of this?
Yeah, here we go.
If you can see it, this would be her bent over the toilet like her life depends on it. All right,
So
now you have a visual.
Jason actually took that picture right before he started holding my hair back because it was getting all up in this shit. And so I start yelling at Jason to call a certain someone who I thought was very, very attractive. And basically I told Jason to call this person. For the sake of the podcast, we will call him Out of Pocket. And
Out of pocket.
And I told Jason to call Out of Pocket because I wanted to fuck him so bad. I got broken up with the next morning. And then
Attaboy, Jason. Way to stand up for yourself, buddy.
Actually,
good for you.
The best part about it is I actually started dating Out of Pocket about 2 weeks later. Not my finest memory, but it does make for quality content. Evan.
Yeah, what's
your
up?
Turn. Give me a story.
Mine would be my freshman year of high school. So I didn't really drink my freshman year of high school, but I had
you were friends with all those older kids.
So I had a cousin that was a junior, and then one of like he wasn't related to us, but he came to like every single family thing, like everything. And he was a senior, so I played soccer, and they were like the captains of the varsity team, and they loved me for some reason, and they like took me in under their wing after soccer season, like when the winter came. And when the winter came, so I used to snowboard quite a bit, and I wasn't even very good, but I got really ballsy and tried to do a 360 off of a ramp the size, like taller than me. Why? Couldn't tell you. So I go and I freak out in the middle of the air and I'm trying to turn and my board gets stuck in the snow and I keep rotating and spiral fractured my tibia and my fibula all the way up, like basically to my knee.
Good
So,
times, good times.
so I'm in a full leg cast, like goes up like to the top of my, like in the middle of my thigh and crutches. And it's
It was
February.
really cute, by the way. It was really, really cute.
Yeah,
It did wonders for you.
yeah.
Oh, I have a picture of that if we want to show if
So
we
do
want to
I.
show pictures.
Okay, so it's like February. It's cold. It had snowed the night before. It was turning into ice, and I'm on crutches, and I'm hanging out with these seniors. They're like, "Yo, let's go to this house party," and I'm like, "Bet." Like, obviously, I was like, "Oh, I'm so cool. I'm hanging out with these seniors and getting drunk. This is awesome." Never drank before in my life at this point. It's the first time drinking, and we go to this other senior's house, and we go in, and I am the only non-senior at this party, and these seniors start just literally just forcing vodka down my throat. Oh
Can
my!
I? Can anyone see this?
Don't I look good in that? Wow, what are those pants? What are the pants, dude? Well, okay. Jesus. What are those? Oh, okay. So I get super, super drunk, and because they forced like 4 shots down my throat. I was like 5 foot maybe, and also on probably like some of like still my pain relievers were on the way down, so like that wasn't a good mix either. And I end up going outside and passing out in the yard in the snow and the ice, and they didn't come find me for probably an hour.
I don't know how you didn't get frostbite. It was like literally like 10 degrees outside.
I know. I didn't start drinking probably until like summer going into junior year, I think. Like with like
Speaking,
with like my friends.
we're just gonna. Speaking of you drinking your junior year, I think there's a very, very interesting story that everyone listening would love to hear.
Which one?
So if you could please share.
Can you give me a hint maybe?
Metamora Redbirds.
Okay. Metaphor Redbirds. That's a good one. All right. So we first like start this is like right before junior year started. We went on this bender of like every day for a week. It was like, what are we doing? We're gonna be juniors in high school. Come on. But so I start talking to slash dating this girl from Metamora. And she like I worked with her, so that's how we met. But like we never hung out when I was sober for like I think well we hung out like 4 times, and then after that I was never sober. It was always on Friday nights after football games. Me and my friends would go to my house, and we would just start getting drunk. And so my mom probably knew we were, but at the same time was like, I don't think they are, one of those situations.
Turn
And
a
so
blind eye, like,
yeah, and so
kinda.
she would come down and talk to us, but she would
But she
never
wouldn't
come.
actually come down the
She wouldn't come.
stairs.
She would say the top, so I would always walk to the stairs and then talk to her, make sure we're good, and then I would leave, and then we'd continue.
Yeah. She knew, she just didn't want to see it
And
to
so
feel
when she
responsible.
would do that, she would go upstairs and go to bed. And we knew that it started getting in routine. So after when we heard the bathroom door, like the toilet flush, we started going hard again. And so they would stay at my house, but this girl from Metamora would come pick me up. And this is always around like 2 a.m. So I was like, all right, boys, like make sure like make if my mom wants to talk to me, it's an excuse. It's an excuse, or just like answer the question as best as you can. They're like, all right, cool, 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 cool.
So side note, this happened like multiple times. We're talking like 5, 6
I mean,
times.
yeah, okay. And meanwhile, my friends had never seen her. Like,
Like
they didn't
this,
see her until the very end. But like, this girl would come and she would drive 25 minutes to Morton in the middle of the night, wearing a t-shirt and nothing else, like nothing, like just like a big t-shirt, and just like driving, come get me. So we go back, and the first few times we're like just doing, your normal stuff or whatever. So then there's this. It's probably like it was the last time, and we go. And my mom comes down and goes back up, toilet flushes. All right, I'm good to go. I'd go out the back door. So we
Evan
go.
is
Oh, like
wasted.
I could like it was like probably visuals were
No,
not
dude,
okay.
this is the night that you downed an entire bottle of Fireball in like an hour.
No, it wasn't. That was the night before. I know what night you're talking about when I threw up in my sleep. Yeah, that was bad. I'm cutting that out. My mom can't hear that.
Because she can. Hi,
No,
Holly.
she
I
cannot hear
promise
that.
I'm a good influence. Yes, she is. She's hearing it. We're keeping it in. Hi, Mom. I love you. We're good now. We're a good child.
Okay, fine. So yeah, that happened. But so this night we go and I'm like, all right, we're good. So I take off. But at this point, it's like probably 3:30. Like I kept drinking for a while because she had to wait a minute and then she came. So I mean, I was probably could only see out of one eye. I was doing one of these probably on the way to her place, and she gets there and like, all right, like, do you want to have sex tonight? And I'm like, yeah, 100%, yeah. So we start doing stuff, and it comes time to, she gets
Can
on,
I can I interrupt for a second?
yeah.
This is Evan's first time.
Yeah,
So
I had
I
never had
should have
sex
brought that.
before. I'm trying, and I'm like, balance is off, can't really see. I miss up, I miss right, I miss left, I miss
Is that
low, I miss low. Whoop! That wasn't it. Shit. So I keep
I
going.
could have been
I get it
better.
like part, maybe like almost in, but not at all, and then I would go away. Like it was just like with like magnets when they're the same poles. And so we're like, fuck. And then I look over, and like as right as we're like, okay, this isn't gonna happen. I look over, and my mom's calling me. I'm just, I'm so dead. I'm so dead. So I hang it up quick. Hang it up. I'm like, text her in the bathroom. But when I hang up the phone, I have like 20 missed calls from all of my friends. Text like, your mom knows, you gotta get home. I'm just, oh fuck, we gotta go, we gotta go. Like I like don't even have pants on. I'm trying to like wiggle my pants on, running out of this house. Meanwhile, I step on her mirror and shatter her like full size mirror in her room. She had to fix that later too. So we're rushing home. I finally call my mom. She's like, get your ass home. What the fuck? Like, you're doing this at 4 a.m. Like, you need to rethink who you're hanging out with. You need to rethink what girls you're talking to. I'm just, oh, fuck. Oh, go, go, go. Like, I'm fully sober at this point, just like wide eyed, like, get home. So I get home. Obviously, she takes us all downstairs. We get yelled at for drinking, being irresponsible. She's asking my friends why they let that happen. It was a shit show. And then, as me and Cassidy were talking about this before the episode, she brings up something that happened to her that I had no idea until this day. And meanwhile, this is when I was 16, so it's been almost 5 years since this happened.
So everybody knows me and Evan have been friends for our whole entire life. So at this point at our live, I was actually talking to another one of Evan's friends. Sorry about that. Kind of a homie hopper in high school with your friend group.
Yeah.
But I never actually did anything. I never actually did. I
No,
just entertained
just like
the entire friend group.
basically just like teased them and then friend zoned them. Like,
It's like my life now.
yeah, like I felt so bad for my friends.
They would like gently be like, oh my god, like I'm pretty sure Cassie doesn't mean Evan back. Hell no.
No, dude, no.
Okay, so
Nah,
anyways,
dude.
so I am talking or whatever to one of Evan's friends at the time, and so we're like snapping, like I know where the fuck Evan's at. I know what's going on. Another been drinking. It's like 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm at home. I'm in bed, like the responsible good child that I am, and I'm like just snapping them. And all of a sudden, I get a snap from this kid, and he's like, "We're so fucked. I gotta go." And so I am like, "What the fuck is going on?" Like,
Oh
shit.
no.
No one's answering me, and I'm like, "Oh shit!" in a fucking half. So I'm laying there, and I'm like, run through all these things in my head, like, "Oh, someone fucking died. Someone's in the hospital. Evan got caught. Who fucking knows?" Next thing I know, my phone starts ringing, and it's Mom.
I can't believe my mom called you, dude.
So, me being smart, I'm like, okay, I am not with them. I am at home in bed.
Yeah.
I let that bitch ring.
Yeah.
I let that bitch ring.
My mom started like She probably has no idea anyway. She's asleep and just
Yeah,
like
no.
just brushes it off. Like, of course she knows where I'm at.
What? No, Evan, no. I didn't fucking know. No.
So
Yeah, I did not answer that phone call. I literally put my phone on my nightstand and said, time for me to go to bed.
so if we're gonna talk about my sex life, I think
Don't
we
even
should talk.
start. Don't fucking
I
do
think
it.
we should talk
Don't.
about what happened the Sunday before you left for school. I think we should talk about that.
Going away banger.
Yeah.
You want to talk about that on the podcast?
The family and friends banger.
Blackout banger.
Just expose ourselves.
Blackout banger on a Sunday.
What a night.
Oh.
What a night. We got some stuff to talk about here, and I am excited. Let's go. All right. So let's
So
just.
I want to preference with this. You know that it is a good night and a good day when two things happen. One, you can't remember it, and two, you don't have any proof of what happened.
Yeah.
Like when you wake up the next day and you don't have any of the pictures or the videos of the funny stuff that actually happened, that's when you know it was a fucking good banger.
Yeah. Because like nobody was taking videos of anybody. It was great.
It's all.
So
let's
preface this day in large, and we're gonna break it down chronologically.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So we're gonna start it. Preface this. Leading up to this, me and Cassie are like, "Yo, we're going hard. Like we have to go hard for this. You're leaving, but we'd never drank. We'd never actually drank before either. Like in high school or like college or like once we like actually.
I mean, we would like drink together like at parties, but like me and him like together is such a dangerous combo.
It's bad,
never,
dude.
like,
it's so bad.
Like there'll be nights that like we go to each other's houses, have a couple beers, like have a wine night or whatever, but like it's never like me and Evan together do not get blashed because of basically Sundays.
This is why we should never do this. So leading up to this, we're like, all right, mimosas, 10 o'clock, be here. Meanwhile, I'm in Indy. I got to drive home for this. I literally drove home that morning. We
started planning this 2 weeks in advance.
Yeah. So we're like, all right, mimosas in the morning to White Claws to more White Claws, maybe a 30-minute power nap. And then Truly's beer, like Michelob Ultras, and then it was
special. We got Screwball.
Yeah, so like at the end of the night, it's like Screwball, Fireball, Jack Daniels, vodka, like
tequila,
hard Tito's. At the end, like a disaster to start with, a disaster. So when we get there,
between me and Evan, and at 10 o'clock in the morning, we would drink 3 bottles of champagne in about 45 minutes.
We're talking like full glass of champagne, drop of orange juice, just because we were like, okay, like I don't care, like there's no limits today. So yeah, you can start it.
I will start this. My mom loves me and Evan more than anything in the world, and she made us write a contract with my other best friend. Her name, well, we can say it. Her name.
Yeah.
This is Addie. Addie is one of my best friends in the whole world. Evan is my best friend too. Like, it's literally white worlds fucking collide.
Yeah, like we'd never like they'd been best friends for a while. We'd been best friends for a long time, but we'd never met before. Like we'd never said anything.
Evan's always at school and like okay.
So I walk into this fresh out of a relationship, confidence on high. Like I'm the most outgoing of myself. I know, not there. Like I am the most outgoing.
Yeah.
That I can be, and being with Cassidy and drinking, it's like causes for a wild, like ridiculous night.
Okay, so my mom makes us write this contract, which is hysterical, and it actually sits on my desk for the memory, so I'm actually going to grab that, and I just want to whip this out.
I forget what it says, honestly. I'm going to really read it clearly. We'll see you later.
Ready? We, in parentheses, Cassidy, Evan, and Ad, parentheses, agreed to not get blackout drunk until the family leaves. But then the family leaves is crossed out. A little thing is under it that says never mind until after dinner.
Yes.
We got some bullet points. No throwing up. Eat all your dinner. Don't be a little bitch. No attitude. That one was for me. No anger. That one's also for me. No sadness until after 9 p.m., but the 9 is then crossed out and it says 11. Must take at least 2 shots of host choice, mine. And then we all signed it. So I will throw this up for everybody to see. We all signed it, dated it. This is the contract. That contract went to shit in about an hour.
Okay,
We
so
did not follow any single rule.
this is
We
like
did not.
we're 2 bottles of
Completely.
champagne in, like in 5 minutes probably, and we start signing this, and I'm like, I don't know if I
Yeah,
should
fuck this
sign.
shit.
I'm like, I don't know if I should sign this. Like,
Yeah, we signed the contract and
I'm
we blew the
already
contract out of
feeling
fucking
it
water.
just a little bit. So we go. I mean, I don't. Let's just say dinner was at 5:30. I don't remember dinner,
I don't remember.
and we were
either.
supposed to wait until after dinner.
I think I would like to say that I was not black until about 3. I think I lasted until about 3.
I think I was. I remember getting the food. I don't remember eating it. So like I was till like 5:45. So we break that obviously. So we keep going. We like playing beer pong with the family and just shooting shit, pounding at this. We're drinking like Trulies and stuff right now. So we're just
so
like
I want
putting a
to
bunch
also
down.
give a little bit of a background. My entire family's there. My family loves to drink, so it's not like a huge deal. You know, it's very normal for all of us to drink at family functions. Evan knows that too. And so that was like not a problem. And then my mom was like, hey, you know, have like some of your really close friends over. And so I had friends over during the day, and then I had a couple more friends come that night. But, you know, like during the day, it was a good time, good people. I mean, we're playing beer pong, we're playing bags, I don't even fucking know.
I was playing wiffle ball with Tate for a while.
I was talking
trying to strike him out, and the arm can't handle it anymore, and I couldn't even hit the zone.
So some of my mom's like close family, like our really close like family friends decided to come over. And,
okay, this is my story to tell.
This is what Evan can chime in.
So I'm upstairs taking a nap, but really like fell on the bed and
passed out.
Asleep.
Absolutely passed out. That I do have a video of. I have a video of Evan passed out, one leg off the bed and one leg on, like drool coming out of his mouth, passed out on my bed, full clothes, full shoes, everything.
This is like 8:00. So.
Oh no! It was like 6 because it was
still light outside, dude. So this is like right after dinner. That's why I was in your room. Because remember, so they told us that we ate dinner in your room. That's why I was in there. I just ate dinner and then fell. Okay, so Cassidy's mom goes halfway up the stairs. Hey, Ev, somebody wants to talk to you in the driveway. And I'm just, okay, that's weird. Because this person's like, well, that's weird. Okay. Go downstairs, and so Cassie's kitchen is here. You walk, and then you can see there's like a little hallway with a whatever, and then you can see down the driveway across the street. And I take a left, and there is a fat, like this big dent in my car for where the bumper hit, and then the hitch hit in the front door too. So at the time, I get out there, and he's like, I hit your car again. I'll get to the again in a second.
Can we explain who this person is?
It's my girlfriend from high school's dad.
Hang on. I do have a picture of the dent that I would just like to show everybody.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't look horrible, but it ended up being horrible. So he's like,
it ended up actually being totaled. Like,
yeah. So he comes out, he tells me he hits it, and I'm like drunk. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, like what? Like that's fine. We'll figure it out, dude. Just get your insurance. Text me, you have my number. So I go inside, and this is where it gets dark.
Okay, hang on.
Wait, okay.
One thing that I will say.
I want to explain the again part, I guess, quick.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, so the again part is my first day of my senior year. I'm going to pick her up for school because she was a sophomore, didn't have a car yet. And we're in her kitchen eating breakfast with her mom and her brother and her dad. And so her dad realizes it's late, that he needs to take his son to school because he didn't make the bus. So they go outside, and maybe a minute later, the dad runs back inside and he goes, hey, I'm sorry, I'll pay for it. I have to leave. And I'm like, what? So I walk outside and he took my entire bumper off, the tail light, the quarter panel, the wing that was on it, like wrecked it. So I have to drive to school in this in the morning, first day of senior year with a busted ass car because my girlfriend's dad hit it. So yes, he's hit me twice in his life and totaled my car once.
So I would very much like to tell the next probably two memorable stories.
Yeah, I don't remember these, so you can tell him.
Okay. So when Evan comes back in the house, first off, when Evan wakes up the next morning, he said, last night, thought it was hysterical. This morning, pissed.
I was just pissed.
That's all of a sudden. So Evan comes in, and obviously being drunk, like, but he's still kind of mad, but like it's also funny.
It sobered me up a little bit, actually.
Downing shots.
Of
like,
Screwball
we probably
with
took
what is it? Grape juice in it, so it was a peanut butter.
Yeah, so
jelly.
it's like the peanut butter shot.
I literally thought I was taking bites of a sandwich. It was so good.
Yeah.
Unreal.
You're welcome. I put you on for that.
Yeah. So but, I took 7 of those
we start downing
right when I got inside.
Downing.
7 in the matter of 5 minutes.
So then at this point in time, right before Evan's car gets hit, I've got a couple of friends show up, a couple of friends from work, and for the sake of the podcast, Rocket Man. And so we're all sitting around my kitchen table, and Rocket Man is trying to catch up with us, so he's downing just as many shots as we are in this amount of time. So then we're like, all right, let's cool it. And we start like just casually drinking Trulies and sitting around talking, telling funny
thinking
stories.
like that's not putting more alcohol in our system, because at this point Trulies are water.
I just thought of a super funny story that I don't know if I can say on the podcast.
No.
No,
seriously, no.
All right.
Okay, thank you.
For the sake of Evan's reputation.
I was very intoxicated.
We're not going to speak on it.
Yeah.
So, okay. So, anyways, we are casually drinking Trulies. Evan, being the absolute dumbass that he is, starts pouring the Trulies onto my kitchen table.
This was before the car? Or after?
No, this is after.
Okay.
This is after.
I was like, what? Okay.
No, it was after shots, after,
Yeah.
Okay, so Evan starts pouring Truly onto my kitchen table and snorting the Truly like a line of cocaine. Like, when I shit you not, this man is on my kitchen table like
getting Truly, like just literally just like looking around, just pouring it and going, and then going again, and then wiping it up, and then doing it again.
Is watching this entire thing happen.
She's patting me on the shoulder.
She's like, Evan. So then Evan's like, I'm done. Reaches for the paper towels, cleans it up, and then does a little like side look. My mom is walking away. He goes. Dude, sidebar. This is what I actually have on video. The funniest shit that happened that entire night. Like, that is straight up, like, iconic. I'm pretty sure, like, every single person at that table was on the floor laughing. Like, it was so funny. So then, at one point when I'm sitting at the table, Cassidy does run out the back door and starts puking in the pine trees. Runs in and starts drinking Ultras, okay?
Thinking it's water to sober her up.
Yeah, absolutely. So then Evan, his body realizes how much he's had to drink.
And I'm sitting
Evan's tummy starts feeling it. So Evan's like
in the middle of the kitchen.
When Evan, okay, I'm going to also preference this. When Evan is going to throw up, he does not want anyone there. He doesn't want anyone to see. He wants to be alone. He wants to do his thing.
Yeah.
So Evan walks out, and my friends are like, is he good? Like, and they're like trying to go. I'm like, no, like he's fine, like whatever. So I just like kind of walk out there behind him. This man.
And keep in mind, this is what I do every time. So when I'm really drunk for some reason, I feel the need to just like scream the demons out. Like I literally, it's like loud. But at the same time, I drank so much, it literally was like a fire hydrant opening and just projectile.
Yes.
He is projectile. It's like a stream.
Projectile vomiting
on
the side of my house. Like on the side, we literally, Kev had to power wash it off the next day.
Yeah.
So
What was
he's
I thinking?
projectile vomiting. So I, being Evan's best friend, am like this. Okay. So Evan is like hurled over the side of my house. I am like this. I'm like, we're good, we're good, we're good. And you know how everybody who's listening will know, like when you drink, like and other people are like puking, you kind of do like the gag thing.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of starting to do that. I have had way too fucking much to drink, and I kind of do a little like out of the corner of my eye, I saw it all. I dead ass dropped my hand so fast, and I don't think I probably could have beat Usain Bolt. That's how fast I ran into my house. Ran into my house, actually made it to the fucking toilet, and I just start hurling all over.
Why did you not just do it outside? Like, why did you take the time to run
Because
into the
you were out
house?
there, and I knew that I don't fucking know. I was drunk, and two, I knew that like you puking was gonna make me puke more.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
But whatever.
Like you
So
get done and then okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm in the half bath on the main floor of my house, and this is when I broke a part of the contract. My mom comes in. My mom has also been drinking all fucking day with us, and she's like, Cassidy, this is why I told you not to black out. Rah, 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 rah. In my fucking ear while I am like dry heaving in between throwing up in my head in the fucking toilet.
Oh,
And
I love her so
literally
much.
am
She's my
gripping
favorite.
the side of the toilet, turn my head, and I say, get the fuck out. Piss. Instant piss. So I start throwing up. Everybody's sitting at the kitchen table. My mom's like storming through the house. So that everybody kind of heard this whole entire thing happen.
Oh my god.
And then so Cassidy, being a hothead that she is, instant mood change, walks upstairs like feet stomping, slams my bedroom door. Pissed.
Yeah.
I just threw up. I didn't want to throw up. My mom's being a fucking bitch to me because I'm throwing up, which she had every right. And I did actually end up apologizing the next day and gave her a big hug, and she said she was sorry too. And they're like, we're fine. But so I go up there, slam my fucking door, and Rocket Man comes in,
consoles her, and
he basically, Rocket Man is a very good friend of mine, and he knows that like when I get in those moods, being like mad at me, yelling at me, being angry with me is not going to solve the problem. He literally just took my head, put it in his chest, and goes, hey, we're okay. We're okay. We're okay. It's okay. And I was like, you know what? You're right. He's like, take a deep breath. Take a deep breath. And then I made a smart ass comment like, the bitch that I am. And then he shoved me up against the wall with a hand around my throat and I said, calm down. And I said,
hey. Okay, so after this, I have no idea what's going on. Like, I'm throwing up.
That preference the next story.
So I finally, I'm like, oh, okay. So I throwing up sobered me up for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So I go out,
really does.
and I'm checking out my car, and we're talking around. We look over, and there's these probably 10 16-year-old girls standing around this car, and there's clearly something on the windshield. I'm like, let's go check that out. So we all get a crowd over there. Meanwhile, I have no idea.
I'm not.
Just don't. I have no idea where Cassidy is.
But it wasn't even I was in my own world and you were in your own world, so it wasn't like we were
exactly.
Worried about
I wasn't
each other.
looking for you. I wasn't worried about you. I just didn't know where you were.
So I'm going to preface with this, which is very interesting, and I don't like to say this, but I probably live in one of the nicer neighborhoods in Morton, which I hate saying that because, whatever, it is true. Evan is walking around the main street of my neighborhood with his brand new bong, ripping it, absolutely ripping the bong.
It was bad. So I walk over, I'm carrying this thing, and I walk over to these girls. I'm like, so what's the issue here? So I look, and they're like, there's cream cheese on the windshield. And I'm like, that's shaving cream. They're like, no, it's definitely cream cheese. I look down, I go, what's the problem here? I mean, really, clean it off. We're good. What's the issue?
He did this 5 times.
So I'm just okay.
That I heard.
So I'm walking over. We get done. I'm like, okay, stumble away, whatever, go throw up some more. I think, I don't know. I think so. And so I go to put this thing in my trunk, and like me and our friend Addie we're like just talking, putting it away or whatever.
At the trunk of Evan's car.
Yeah. And so my wrecked Fusion is here. Rocket Man's Fusion is here. Keep in mind, Rocket Man's Fusion is tinted windows. So we're sitting there, we're just like having like a funny conversation. I don't remember any of the conversation. I put the thing away, we go upstairs. Then we go upstairs and like
Come.
yeah.
Nothing.
So we go to bed. Cassidy stays downstairs with Rocket Man that night. So I'm upstairs in her bed, go to bed, wake up. Addie walks in the room, is like, hey, like, how'd your night go? Like, do you remember much? And I was like, yeah, I mean, I think it was a pretty calm night. She's like, you don't remember anything then? I was like,
so
do tell.
So.
Meanwhile, I woke up because Cassidy was in her room just completely naked, hunched over the toilet, just dry heaving nothing out.
We will tell the story. So we will get to the story. So Cassidy wakes up in the morning, and Rocket Man's leaving. I actually had to go to fucking work.
He was babysitting your cousin. Don't even.
Yeah,
it's not
I
work.
napped the entire.
Napped. I came inside you were asleep.
So I wake up. I walk Rocket Man outside, standing in the middle of my driveway, and he is like hugging me, and I'm like, okay, you either need to kiss me or you need to leave because I'm about to puke no matter what. And he's like, okay, bye. Kiss me on the forehead really quick, runs to his car. I thought he had left because, Fusions are pretty quiet, especially in the New York ones,
I think this is a hybrid, baby.
Have a million things going on. We're not going to explain the fucking car.
Well, I'm just saying they're quiet.
So, I mean, yeah, unless Kass is in one.
Oh, God. We'll get to that later.
So, I am actually curled up next to the rose bushes in the front of my house. And there's actually a video of this. I wish I had it, but I don't. It's for other people's enjoyment, I guess. And I am just hurling in the rose bushes, front of my house, 7:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
Good morning, Thornridge.
So then she gets done throwing up there, and she starts heading upstairs.
I come upstairs.
And this wakes me up. Now she's dry heaving. Not even.
So I get in the shower. I didn't even say anything. Get in the shower. And I knew I was going to throw up. I didn't want to throw up on myself in the shower. So I was like, okay, I'll get out of the shower, go to the toilet, because like right next to my shower. So I start dry heaving. I am completely butt-ass naked. Hair is like, I was a fucking hot mess. Evan comes in, wraps the towel around me. He's like, my back.
Keep in mind, I'm laying in bed and I'm just keep listening to this. I'm like,
I can't throw up.
I need to go in there.
Because in the past like 8 hours, I have thrown up every single thing that's ever been in my body for the past week. So I'm like dry heaving the toilet. Eventually, I'm like, you know what? I can't I'm not gonna throw up. So I'm standing in my room with towel around me, and Evan and Addie are in there, and Evan's like, what the fuck is on your head? I have a knot the size of my fucking fist on the back of my head. Okay?
Because
Come to find out, I actually had a concussion that lasted an entire week.
She came to my house and she didn't have any color in her eyes. I was like, yo.
And this
I was like
genuinely
concerned. I was like, your pupil's the size of your eyeball. Like
I was like, yeah, I have a fucking concussion.
That's not good. And I felt it. It was huge. So
like we're talking headache.
Yeah.
Bright lights bother you, like concussion.
So I come to find out that concussion. At first, she didn't believe it. So I'm sitting there. And I was like, so what happened last night? And I'm getting the rundown. I was like, we're putting the bong in there, and then you put it in the car. And Cassidy goes, when was that? And we said when it was. And she goes, I was getting railed in the back of the Fusion. And I was like, hold up. I sat there for 15 minutes and had a conversation while she's getting her brains blown out in the back of this Fusion. Are you kidding me? I had no idea. Tinted windows. She didn't know we were there. She just put the timeline together. I'm just mind blown. I was like, how?
What I was so confused about is how you guys didn't hear it. Because
dude, I didn't hear anything. The brain wasn't working that night.
We could literally see my other friends and people from work gathered around these people at that girl's car or whatever.
Yeah.
And I wasn't really fucking thinking that I need to go look at your car, and I just assumed y'all were over there too.
Yeah. Like I honestly feel like we were talking and they just got in the car and like we didn't see each other or like weren't paying attention because they were on a mission. I was on the mission to put this bong in the trunk. Took me like forever. But yeah, so we wake up and it's just thought it was a calm night. It was.
It was not.
Yeah.
So if you ever want to drink with me and Evan, just say so.
And we'll be tame. We'll tame. We'll be tame. We will.
Yeah.
Probably not. Probably not.
All right. That's all the fucking time we have, and I knew that was gonna last a while.
Yeah,
but yeah, that is.
We have the bad version of we have the bad version of Zoom, and it's about to end, so we have to get off, unfortunately. But let us know what you think in the comments.
My stories.
Yeah, just give us your.
They're good ones. They're good ones that I feel like people will actually enjoy. But those are a couple of me and Evan's not so awesome nights, and yeah,
we've had good nights. We have had good nights, but unfortunately, we also have bad nights. All right, guys, we'll catch you later. Have a good.
Peace out.
Have a good week, guys.